advise the general public that in compliance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, entitled Senator Byer and Bear Open Public Meeting Act, New Jersey Consumer Control Commission on December 11, 2024, filed with Secretary of State at the State House in Trenton an annual meeting schedule. On December 12, 2024, copies were mailed to subscribers. The use of cell phones in the public meeting room while the commission is in session is prohibited. Any member of the public who wishes to address the commission will be given the opportunity to do so before the commission adjourns for the day. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everyone who is joining us in person and remotely today. Meeting participants who wish to do so can continue to address the Commission through remote technology. We are also permitting in-person participation, and the public meeting room is therefore open. We will, however, continue to stream our public meetings. The public is able to listen through access provided on the Commission's website, as well as through our YouTube channel. We will accept public comments via email. Public comments can be sent to public.comments@ccc.nj.gov beginning now. I will repeat that. Public comments can be sent to public.comments@ccc.nj.gov beginning now and any time throughout the meeting, ending at the time of adjournment. This meeting is being transcribed as well as recorded, and minutes will be available on our website in due course. To meeting participant callers, I ask that you follow the instructions provided with the web link or audio call-in code and place your phones on mute until your matter is called. Also, when your matter is called, please turn on your camera and identify yourself before speaking.
Please answer when I call your name for the roll, please. Commissioner Molyneux.
Present.
Vice Chair Cooper.
Present.
And Chairman Pelosi.
Present. Before we begin, I want to take an opportunity to acknowledge that Governor Murphy, by proclamation, has designated March as Problem Gambling Awareness Month in New Jersey, coinciding with the National Problem Gambling Awareness Month. While most gamble as a form of entertainment, as social gamblers with no problems, there are many others who develop problems with gambling or at risk for addiction. Problem gambling touches the lives of all it affects, not just those with the gambling problem. The month-long observance offers an opportunity for organizations such as the Council on Compulsive Gambling of New Jersey, led by Executive Director Luis Del Orbo, to educate the public, the general public, and healthcare professionals about the warning signs of problem gambling, as well as to promote awareness of the resources available both locally and nationally for anyone with concerns about problem gambling. The Council's statewide campaign this year is appropriately themed The Hidden Epidemic, a Public Health Concern. While March is designated Problem Gambling Awareness Month, the Council offers critical information, support, and resources year-round. With easy access to gambling through online wagering, the Division of Gaming Enforcement, by Deputy Attorney General Jamie McKelvey, has enhanced its efforts to coordinate with the gaming industry to identify and provide help at patrons at risk. The Commission applauds the efforts of both the Council on Compulsive Gambling and the Division, and supports and promotes their responsible gaming throughout the state and nationally, and to reach out to those suffering from or affected by gambling disorders. On behalf of the Commission, we look forward to continuing to support their critical work in this area in the years ahead. With that being,
Mr. Chairman, if I may just call item number 15 forward in order to introduce the resolution.
Okay, thank you. With that being said, the commission proposed the following resolution. Whereas problem gambling is a significant public health issue that affects millions of Americans of all ages, races, and ethnic backgrounds in all communities, and one which has significant social and economic cost. Whereas problem gambling is a treatable disorder and proper management is effective in minimizing the harm to individuals, their families, and society as a whole. And whereas promoting an awareness month provides an opportunity to educate the public and policymakers about the prevention, treatment, and recovery services available for problem gamblers, and encourage healthcare providers to screen clients for problem gambling and assist with access to treatment. And whereas the state of New Jersey, through the Division of Gaming Enforcement, operates a self-exclusion program and through fees imposed on casinos, provide financial support for the Council on Compulsive Gambling of New Jersey and its 24-hour-a-day 1-800-GAMBLER helpline. Whereas efforts by the Council on Compulsive Gambling of New Jersey, the Division of Gaming Enforcement, individuals, professionals, and counselors and treatment programs all have significant positive impact on gamblers, their families, and society and as a whole. Whereas Governor Philip D. Murphy designated March 2025 as Problem Gambling Awareness Month in the state of New Jersey, which provides an opportunity to further encourage the efforts of the Council on Compulsive Gambling and to raise the awareness of the help that is available both locally and nationally through its statewide campaign, The Hidden Epidemic of Public Health Concern. Now, therefore, it be resolved that the Casino Control Commission supports Problem Gambling Awareness Month and hereby expresses its gratitude for the ongoing efforts of the Council on Compulsive Gambling of New Jersey to offer prevention, treatment, and hope to those affected by problem gambling. Be it further resolved that this resolution be placed in the record as a commemoration of our support and appreciation. Is there a motion to adopt the resolution?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the draft resolution.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second that.
Any further discussion?
No.
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you. We will lead into some testimony. Mr. Luis Del Orbo, the Executive Director of the Council on Compulsive Gambling.
Mr. Chairman, Madam Commissioner, and members of the Casino Control Commission, I thank you very much. Event such as this really helps us and supports us in moving forward into our mission. This month theme is the hidden epidemic, a public health concern. In New Jersey, we have over 520,000 individuals who are directly suffering from problem gambling. And we have to take into account the individuals who are indirectly affected by it, which is another over 3 million individuals in the state of New Jersey. Gambling addiction, gambling disorder, is not an individual disease. It is a family disease. It is a society disease, and it is preventable. And one of the things that we're battling is the suicide rate when it comes to gambling addiction. Gambling addiction has nearly doubled the suicide rate of any other addiction. We're talking about individuals who are in a very desperate stage of their life. It promotes financial instability. It promotes dysfunction within the family. And when you have a family that is dysfunctional, then you're going to have a society, a community that is operating in a dysfunctional manner. We very much support and we very much appreciate, on behalf of the staff, on behalf of our board of directors, I accept this proclamation because it is crucial into the mission that we're in. Today, I just met Mr. Giannintiano. And we, and we welcome his support and the support of his organization. We welcome all stakeholders to join us in this fight that we have in the state of New Jersey. And I know with prevention, early intervention, public awareness, and the support that we get from the legislature, because we also work with the New Jersey legislature, I know we're going to make a very big impact in the individuals who are suffering in New Jersey when it comes to this disease. So thank you very much. We very much appreciate this, and we're going to continue this fight. You know, we're not for nor we're against gambling. It is a legal venture in the state of New Jersey. We will continue. This is our mission. We're very dedicated to the individuals who are suffering in this state. And with this declaration, with this proclamation, we're very much dedicated, and we're going to move forward until we make sure that every single person who suffers with this disease is able to get the proper treatment, the support, and everything they need to maintain a successful recovery. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we have Mr. Mark Giantonio, the President and CEO of Resorts Casino and Hotel, and also the President of New Jersey Casino Association.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. I want to first thank Governor Murphy for this proclamation and making March so meaningful to our industry. We thank him and thank all that support this initiative. I want to first say I'm so happy to meet you, Luis, and we're excited that you're at the helm in your new position. And the casino industry in Atlantic City really looks forward to working with you, as we have in the past, to ensure that we stand up the best in the nation, in the world, programs to support responsible gaming. I just have a short kind of message. I'd just like to, if you don't mind, I'll read. Responsible gaming is essential to the stability and long-term success of our industry. New Jersey has been at the forefront of casino gaming for many years, and we understand how critical this issue is to our industry, its patrons, and the entire state of New Jersey. Our goal as an industry has always been to create safe and enjoyable gambling experiences while minimizing the risk of harm to individuals and the broader community. Especially for the purposes of responsible gaming discussions, we believe it is critical to distinguish legalized gaming at brick-and-mortar casinos and online from unregulated illegal online gaming providers that unfortunately remain available. Illegal gambling operators continue to operate and appear to have become more pervasive. Unlike legalized gaming operators, these unregulated and licensed actors do not offer protection for problem gamblers. They do not employ sophisticated underage gaming restrictions or promote messages that include responsible gaming safeguards for their users. Atlantic City casinos comply with strict regulatory and testing requirements and invest millions of dollars annually in responsible gaming. We have a wide variety of measures in place across all properties to safeguard the well-being of our customers. Casino gaming taxes and fees generate approximately $3.5 million to support state-designated organizations, including the Council on Compulsive Gaming and other New Jersey programs. Our industry promotes the 1-800-GAMBLER hotline. We administer our own responsible gaming programs for which exhibiting signs of problem gaming. We provide our employees with training and education and understand the signs of problem gaming. We ensure that our advertising and marketing efforts align with our commitment to responsible gaming. The New Jersey casino industry must work together in partnership with stakeholders to help promote responsible gaming programs that prevent minors from wagering, encourage consumers to play responsibly, and provide awareness of services available for problem gaming assistance. So I just want to thank you for your invitation today, and I can assure you that the casino industry in Atlantic City and New Jersey is 100% in support of Luis and his initiatives and the mission that Governor Murphy has set forth.
Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Jamie McKelvey, a Deputy Attorney General from the Division of Gaming Enforcement. Jamie?
Good morning. Jamie McKelvey, Deputy Attorney General, appearing on behalf of the Attorney General's Office, Division of Gaming Enforcement. As the division's responsible gaming coordinator, I want to thank the commission for the opportunity to come here today and speak to you during Problem Gambling Awareness Month. PGAM is an ideal time for us to come together and highlight the importance of responsible gaming practices, which remains a year-round priority for the Attorney General and DGE. With the rise of internet gaming and sports wagering, New Jersey's total gambling revenue continues to increase year over year. However, along with this growth comes potential risks associated with gambling, including the concerning statistic that approximately 6% of New Jersey residents experience disordered gambling, which highlights the need for strong, responsible gaming measures and greater public awareness. During Problem Gambling Awareness Month, it's especially important to highlight the available resources, including responsible gaming tools such as cool-off periods, time, deposit, and loss limits, as well as more holistic resources such as counseling and support services provided by the Council on Compulsive Gambling of New Jersey and 1-800-GAMBLER. Under the leadership of the Attorney General and Director Flaherty, DGE has taken significant steps to enhance our already robust responsible gaming efforts. In 2024, we launched a nearly year-long media campaign to educate the public on responsible gaming and the risks of problem gambling. We reached audience through YouTube, in-app displays, and social media platforms like Snapchat, Facebook, and Reddit. On the screen, you can see some sample graphics from that media campaign. We've also strengthened RG initiatives by leveraging technology, automated triggers, and data analytics to identify and assist individuals who are showing signs of problem gambling. Online operators are required to intervene when specific risk indicators are detected, which has resulted in nearly 150,000 responsible gaming interventions by New Jersey operators. To improve access to self-exclusion, the DGE has also introduced video conferencing enrollment, a dedicated toll-free helpline, which is 1-833-488-4DGE, and most recently, an online portal for brick-and-mortar self-exclusion. Since launching these initiatives, the division has held nearly 500 video conferences and handled over 6,220 calls to the toll-free number. Beyond online gambling, DGE is working to bring responsible gaming best practices to retail casinos and sports books, evaluating transferable strategies and studying best practices from other jurisdictions, with new RG regulations expected to be proposed soon. Additionally, DGE is also a member of the Governor's Responsible Gaming Task Force, and later this month, the task force will issue a report with recommendations to further strengthen responsible gaming protections in New Jersey. DGE urges all stakeholders in the gaming industry to continue to invest in responsible gaming measures, including employee training, public awareness campaigns, and ongoing research to better understand and address the complexities of problem gambling. By working together and remaining steadfast in our commitment to responsible gaming, we can make a meaningful difference in the lives of those impacted by problem gambling while allowing the industry to thrive. At this point, I wanted to share a short video with you that is going to be shared on the Office of the Attorney General's social media page this month. With that, I would like to thank Governor Murphy and the Casino Control Commission for recognizing Problem Gambling Awareness Month. I look forward to our continued collaboration to protect consumers and ensure a responsible and sustainable gaming industry. Thank you.
Jamie. Well, I want to thank all three of our speakers, and just to summarize, it is a collaboration between the industry and the regulators, and I have to admit, as Mr. Gianantonio said, for the last 46 years, New Jersey has led the way in regards to responsible gaming, and I think we will continue that in the near future. So again, thank you for your testimony. Thank you.
I have a question. Yes. Where is that video going to be showing?
It's going to be shared on the Office of the Attorney General's social media pages, so Facebook, X, which is formerly Twitter, and also, I think on the AG's page, website.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now continue with our regular agenda.
Matters discussed in closed session this morning included employee key license application matters, approval of the February 14, 2025 closed session minutes, and approval of the promotion of Origios Givas to the position of Manager of Licensing and Financial Evaluation, Accounting Finance Manager 3 ban in the Division of Regulatory Affairs. The first item for your public agenda is item number 1, ratification of the minutes of the February 14, 2025 public meeting.
Are there any questions for council or corrections? Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to ratify the minutes of the February 14th, 2025 meeting.
Do I have a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Abstain.
Okay. Opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 2 are applications for initial.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I have a statement to make for the record. Although I was absent at last month's meeting due to the date change, at this time, I would like to offer my congratulations to Patrick Adler, who has been promoted to the position of Assistant Director of Regulatory Affairs. I was not here last month when that was brought up, and I certainly want that on record, Pat, that I support that nomination. Thank you.
Item number 2 are applications for initial casino key employee licenses. For the record, item 2D is adjourned. The remaining matters, Dylan M. Betty, Daniel D. Charlton, Yasmin A. Espinoza, James M. Knights, Raymond P. Pinault Jr., Jermaine J. Richardson, David Stetter, and David Vallone. With respect to the Betty matter, Charlton, Espinoza, Knights, and Stetter, those matters have been reviewed by the Division of Gaming Enforcement as well as Commission staff with the recommendation that those initial casino key employee licenses be granted.
Are there any questions regarding any of these matters?
No.
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the 5 initial casino key employee licenses.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
With respect to 2F, Raymond P. Pinault Jr., again, that matter has been reviewed by the Division of Gaming Enforcement as well as Commission staff with a recommendation that his initial casino key employee license with a waiver of the residency requirement be granted.
Are there any questions on this matter?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the initial application of Raymond P. Pinault Jr. for a casino key employee license and waive the residency requirement as provided for in NJSA 5:12-89B.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second that motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
With respect to 2I, David P. Vallone, Again, division staff has reviewed, as well as commission staff, with a recommendation that Mr. Vallone's casino key employee license with a multi-casino endorsement be granted as well.
Are there any questions on this matter?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the initial application of David P. Vallone for a casino key employee license with a multi-casino endorsement pursuant to NJSA 5:12-91.1.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
With respect to 2G, Jermaine J. Richardson, an objection has been raised by the division. Commission staff has reviewed and recommend that the matter be referred to the contested case process.
Are there any questions regarding this matter?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to remand for a hearing the initial casino key employee license application of Jermaine Richardson.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 3 are applications for resubmitted casino key employee licenses and/or for qualification. They include James F. Allen, Kevin S. Hunt, Aaron M. Kite, Christina L. Kuglovich, Benjamin, also known as Christina L. Griblunas, Benjamin Koss, Donna M. Martin, Victoria L. O'Donovan, also known as Victoria L. Lynn, John S. Ramirez Tabima, Michael B. Richter Jr., Michael J. Reikiewicz Sr., and Michael P. Zappel. With respect to the matters, Kevin Hunt, Aaron Kite, Christina Klavovich, Benjamin Koss, Donna Martin, Victoria O'Donovan, John Ramirez Tabima, Michael Richter Jr., Michael Reikiewicz Sr., and Michael P. Zippel. Each of those matters has been reviewed by the division as well as commission staff with a recommendation that their resubmitted casino key employee licenses be granted.
Are there any questions regarding any of these matters?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the 10 resubmitted casino key employee licenses.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. With respect to 3A, James F. Allen, again, that matter has been reviewed, and it involves his qualification as well to continue to serve as Chief Executive Officer for Boardwalk 1000 LLC and related entities. Division staff has reviewed, as well as commission staff, and a recommendation is to grant Mr. Allen's resubmitted casino key employee license and continued qualification, as well as waive the residency requirement as provided for in Statute 89B.
Are there any questions regarding this matter?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant resubmitted key license and qualification and waive the residency requirement as provided for in NJSA 5:12-89B.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, roll call vote?
Commissioner Molyneux,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Yes.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
Item number 4 are approvals through delegation of authority between February 1, 2025 and February 28, 2025 pursuant to resolution number 22011211B. We have Assistant Director Patrick Ehler here to review those matters with you. However, no action is required.
Good morning, Chairman Pelosi, Vice Chair Cooper, and Commissioner Molyneux. For the record, I'm Patrick Ehler, Assistant Director, appearing on behalf of the Division of Regulatory Affairs. Between February 1st and February 28, 2025, the staff of the Commission's Regulatory Affairs Division granted the following approvals via its delegated authority. On February 5th, 2025, a temporary casino key employee license with a multi-casino endorsement was granted to Jessica K. Hall, also known as Jessica K. Warts, for a Regional Director of National Casino Marketing position for Caesars, Harrah's, and Tropicana Atlantic City properties. On February 11th, 2025, a temporary casino key employee license was granted to Sherry R. Cronin, also known as Sherry McAllister and Sherry Thibodeau, for a dual-rate table game supervisor and assistant shift manager position at Caesars Atlantic City. On February 12th, 2025, a temporary casino key employee license was granted to Dylan M. Beatty for an assistant surveillance supervisor position at Resorts Atlantic City. This was a title change for Dylan Beatty, and the expiration date of the temporary casino key employee license remains the same as the original temporary casino key employee license that was approved on December 16th, 2024. On February 13th, 2025, a multi-casino endorsement on an existing casino key employee license was granted to Kevin M. Entris for his position at Harrah's and Tropicana Atlantic City. On February 19th, 2025, a temporary casino key employee license was granted to Ronaldo Arias for a count room lead position at Tropicana Atlantic City. On February 20th, 2025, temporary casino key employee licenses were granted to Dennis J. Forbes III for a security shift supervisor position at Resorts Atlantic City, and to James K. McMacken for an executive director of player development position at Hard Rock Atlantic City. And on February 26, 2025, temporary casino key employee licenses were granted to James D. Petroskas for a surveillance shift supervisor 2 position at Borgata, and to Anjanaben J. Trivedi for a casino cashier services position, supervisor position at Tropicana Atlantic City. This memorializes the approvals that were granted by the Commission's Division of Regulatory Affairs via its delegated authority during this period, and no further Commission action is required. Thank you.
Agenda item number 5 is the request for inactivation of Joanna C. Vize, casino key employee license. Again, you have Assistant Director Patrick Eeler, who will address that matter with you.
In lieu of filing a casino key employee license review application, Joanna C. Vize has requested to be placed on the casino key employee license approved inactive list. If the request is granted, Joanna Vize may remain on the approved inactive list for a period of up to 5 years. Commission staff has reviewed this request and recommends that you grant the requested relief.
Are there any questions on this matter?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to grant the requested relief and order that Joanna C. Vize's casino key employee license be inactivated.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 6 are consideration of the lapsing of casino key employee licenses. Again, you have Assistant Director Eeler to review those.
For your consideration is the lapsing of the casino key employee licenses of the following individuals for failure to file a casino key employee license review application or request to be placed on the casino key employee license approved inactive list. Thomas J. Bird, Michael L. Booker, Stephen F. Carfora, Stanley D. Hess, Daniel McCall, Stephen N. Fan, Gavin M. Powell, and Joseph E. Vanderslice IV. In each case, the casino key employee license review application filing deadline has passed. Based on our review, the staff recommends that the casino key employee licenses of these individuals be deemed to have lapsed.
Are there any questions on any of these matters?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to find that the 8 casino key employee licenses lapsed pursuant to NJAC 19:41A-6.1F of the regulations.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Item number 7 is consideration of the initial application of Daniel G. Tribine for a casino key employee license. We have Senior Counsel Pimpinelli, who will review that matter with you.
Morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing for the Commission. For your consideration is a stipulation of settlement for the initial application of Daniel Tabrine for his casino key employee license. If approved, his license will be valid through March of 2030, subject to certain conditions. You have staff's memo and recommendation for this matter. Mr. Tabrine was notified of today's proceedings. I would ask counsel for the division to enter their appearance and proceed.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Jocelyn Fedowitz, Deputy Attorney General, on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have the division's report along with a stipulation of settlement that has been entered with the applicant. The division respectfully requests that the stipulation be approved as submitted and recommends the granting of the applicant's casino key employee license, subject to the terms and conditions of the stipulation. Thank you.
And for the record, the applicant is not here. Correct. Are there any questions for counsel?
No.
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the stipulation of settlement between the division and applicant and grant the initial application of Daniel G. Tabrine for a casino key employee license, subject to compliance with the terms and conditions as provided for in the stipulation.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 8 is consideration of the initial application of Tanisha Mormon for a casino key employee license. Again, we have Senior Counsel Pimpinelli to address it with you.
Chairman, Commissioners, Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing for the Commission. For your consideration is the initial application of Tanisha Mormon for her casino key employee license, which if approved will be valid through March of 2030, subject to certain conditions. You have staff's memo and recommendation for this matter. Ms. Mormon was notified of today's proceedings. I would ask counsel for the division to enter their appearance and proceed.
Chairman and Commissioners, Jocelyn Fedowitz, Deputy Attorney General, on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement. You have the division's report along with the stipulation of settlement that has been entered with the applicant. The division respectfully requests that the stipulation be approved as submitted and recommends the granting of the applicant's casino key employee license, subject to the terms and conditions of the stipulation. Thank you.
Again, the applicant is not present. Are there any questions for counsel?
No.
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the stipulation of settlement between the division and applicant and grant the initial application of Tanisha Mormon for casino key employee license, subject to compliance with the terms and conditions as provided for in the stipulation.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Yep. Item number 9 is consideration of the initial decision in the matter of the appeal of J.E. for removal from the self-exclusion list. Again, we have Senior Counsel Pimpinelli who will review that matter. One second, Mr. Chairman.
Oh, so I couldn't hear you. I'm the attorney for the division.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. Nice to meet you. Attorney for the division. Apologies.
New faces.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Chairman, Commissioners, Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing for the Commission. For your consideration is the January 29, 2025 initial decision of hearing examiner Cooper in this matter, which found that appellant failed to demonstrate he was improperly placed on the self-exclusion list. You have the complete record in this matter, including appellant's exceptions, all of which are subject to applicable confidentiality and privacy requirements. Does not appear appellant is present. I would ask the division to enter their appearance and proceed and respectfully remind all parties that appellant's identity is confidential.
Hidalgo, Deputy Attorney General, representing the Division of Gaming Enforcement.
Proceed.
Thank you. In this case, the division maintains that JE affirmatively completed the steps to complete the self-exclusion process on 2 separate sports books online within a 4-hour period in September of 2024. Both applications, JE checked boxes next to several waivers and acknowledgements. They explicitly stated that he would be, would result in exclusion from all New Jersey internet gaming. The plain language of the self-exclusion process for both FanDuel and DraftKings, which were the 2 applications, it was not unclear, was not confusing, and that language can be found in Exhibits 5 and 7. Removing the appellant from the self-exclusion list prior to the 5-year period that he chose in both of those requests to self-exclude would undermine the established integrity of the self-exclusion process. A principle that was addressed in the initial decision that was issued and in the appellate division decision in re-petition of SD. And in JE's exceptions, the only new information provided is that JE questioned the order in which he self-excluded from the 2 different sports books, but that's immaterial, and the actual answer to that can be seen in Exhibits 3 and 4 as to the order of self-excluded. And the division respectfully requests that JE's request be denied.
For the record, JD is not here in person or telephonically.
JE is not here, correct?
Are there any questions for counsel on this matter?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the initial decision and find that the appellant failed to demonstrate that he did not intentionally place himself on the division's self-exclusion list as required by NJAC 13:69G-2.2C and deny his request to be removed from the division's self-exclusion list prior to his September 4th, 2029 expiration date.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it.
Item number 10 is consideration of the initial decision in the matter of the appeal of NS for removal from the self-exclusion list. Again, we have Senior Counsel Pimpinelli, who will review that matter with you.
Chairman Commissioners, Teresa Pimpinelli, Senior Counsel, appearing for the commission. For your consideration is the January 27, 2025 initial decision of hearing examiner Malin, which found that appellant failed to demonstrate she was improperly placed on the self-exclusion list. You have the complete record in this matter, which is all subject to applicable confidentiality and privacy requirements. Does not appear appellant is present. I would ask the division enter their appearance and proceed and respectfully remind all parties appellant's identity is confidential.
Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. Gina Dianantis, Deputy Attorney General on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement.
Proceed.
Thank you. The division submits that the appellant, NS, voluntarily placed herself on the self-exclusion list through the Bet Parks application. Specifically, NS went through a thorough 8-step process to place herself on the self-exclusion list. The division submits that early removal would undermine the self-exclusion process. So for those reasons and the reasons set forth on the record during the oral argument, the division asks that the full commission adopt the initial decision rendered on January 27, 2025, denying the appellant's request for early removal from the self-exclusion list. Thank you.
For the record, NS is not here in person or telephonically. Are there any questions for counsel?
No.
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the initial decision and find that the appellant failed to demonstrate that she did not intentionally place herself on the division's self-exclusion list, as required by NJAC 13:69G-2.2C, and deny her request to be removed from the division's self-exclusion list prior to her March 31st, 2025 expiration date.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you. Item number 11 is consideration of the plenary qualification of John Flynn to serve as Senior Vice President of Global Security for MGM Resorts International. This matter was initiated by a joint petition, PRN 207-2402, that was dated July 25, 2024, filed by Marina District Development Company, DBA Borgata, and its parent company, MGM Resorts, seeking the approval of the commission for the temporary qualification of Mr. Flynn to serve as Senior Vice President of Global Security for MGM. You considered it at your August 14, 2024 public meeting, and that temporary qualification was granted. Before you now is Mr. Flynn's plenary qualification. We have counsel for the division present, as well as counsel for MGM present via Zoom. And I ask, with your permission, Mr. Chairman, that they enter their appearances and address the commission.
Good morning, Chair Pelosi, Vice Chair Cooper, Commissioner Malinou, Pat Madamba, Senior Vice President, Legal Counsel for MGM Resorts International, on behalf of MGM and Mr. Flynn.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Deputy Attorney General Jordan Hollander on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement.
I've had an opportunity to review the draft resolution, and it is fine in form and substance. Accordingly, we simply ask that Mr. Flynn be found plenarily qualified.
You have the Division's plenary report dated February 18th, 2025, recommending the plenary qualification of Mr. Flynn in this matter. The Division has also reviewed the draft resolution and has no objections. Thank you.
Are there any questions for counsel on this matter?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the draft resolution and find John Flynn qualified to serve as Senior Vice President of Global Security for MGM Resorts International in accordance with NJSA 5:12-85.1 and NJAC 13:69C-2.7.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
I do have a statement to go under that, and I want that on the record. I want to thank Mr. John Flynn for his service. That's it.
I'm sure we'd be absolutely grateful for that. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote?
Commissioner Malinou?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes.
And Chairman Pelosi?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 12 is consideration of the initial Casino Key employee licensure and plenary qualification of Baron Fuller to serve as Regional President East of Caesars Entertainment, Inc. This matter was initiated by petition PRN 198-2402, dated July 24, 2024, by casino licensees Caesars Atlantic City, Harrah's Atlantic City, Trop Atlantic City, and its parent company, Caesars Entertainment, Inc., seeking the temporary key licensure with waiver of residency and temporary qualification of Baron Fuller to serve as Regional President East of Caesars Entertainment, Inc. You considered that at your August 14, 2024 meeting, which was granted. Now you're here for the initial casino key employee licensure and plenary qualification. You have counsel for the division present and counsel for Caesars Entertainment, Inc. present. And with your permission, I ask that they enter their appearances and address the commission directly.
Good morning, Chairman, Vice Chair Cooper, Commissioner Molyneux, Beth Sacco, Vice President, Chief Counsel, Caesars Entertainment Regional Operations.
Good morning, Chairman and Commissioners. Connor Martin, Deputy Attorney General, on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement.
As Ms. Fauntleroy said, this matter was before the commission today is for Mr. Fuller's plenary qualification and his initial Casino Key employee license. Mr. Fuller was here back in August 2024 in connection with the issuance of his temporary Casino Key employee license and temporary qualification. At that time, Mr. Fuller addressed the commission. He told you a bit about his background, how much he was looking forward to assuming the role, the leadership role in the Atlantic City region, working with our SVPs and GMs of the Atlantic City properties who are each responsible for overseeing and managing the day-to-day casino operations of their respective properties. And of course, that's Mr. Joe Ginta at Tropicana, Karen Moorman at Caesars, and Greg Klein at Harris. I have reviewed the division's February 27th report recommending that Mr. Fuller be approved for his plenary Casino Key employee license and plenary qualification. Again, short notice for this, putting this on the agenda. Mr. Fuller is here. He's available by Zoom, and he's once again happy to address the commission and talk about his commitment to the Atlantic City operations. And if I could have him sworn in, there he is.
Mr. Fuller, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your name for the record.
Baron Fuller.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Proceed, sir.
All right, good morning, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. As Beth said, my name is Baron Fuller, Regional President for Caesars Entertainment for our Eastern Division. It's been an exciting 8 months since August, fully embedding myself into the Atlantic City properties, getting to know our team members, getting to know our 3 GMs much better, Karen, Joe, and Greg, getting to know our players at player events in the market, understanding the intricacies of all 3 of our properties, large properties that have infrastructure all around them that is amazing on how we run that, getting to know the city of Atlantic City, and then last but not least, our competitors, right? So we're in a highly competitive market in Atlantic City and understanding what makes them eat and breathe. We've deployed millions of dollars in capital over that past 8 months. A lot of things are not so sexy things like chilling towers, roofs, piping. With the cold winter we've had, the infrastructure of some of our piping obviously became evident. We had to take care of that, so we jumped on that aggressively. We've laid out an aggressive slot replacement plan for 2025, one of the more aggressive ones we've seen in Atlantic City. We're looking forward to that. And then 2 weeks ago, the Senior Vice President of our Design and Construction team was in Atlantic City with myself as we laid out strategic plans for 2025. We've created an aggressive marketing approach as we finish the year, and then as we run into 2025, upping our reinvestment plans, upping our promotional activities, and then we have a very robust entertainment schedule that we finished out in Q4, and that will complete through 2025, adding in more and more entertainment at all 3 of our properties. And then we're looking forward to an incredible summer season with enhanced events around all 3 of our pools at those properties out there. So in closing, I just want to stress how important the success of our 3 Atlantic City properties is to me and the Empire at Caesars. This is my top priority. Everything I do rests around things that happen in Atlantic City. I spend countless time with that, whether I'm in the city or out of the city, working on projects, working with our pod marketing teams, working with our DNC teams, working with our strategy with Evan as it relates to analytics. So happy with my success and happy to answer any questions that you guys have for me.
Commissioners? Yeah.
I do have a couple. Okay, Mr. Fuller, thank you for being here this morning and being available. I do have a couple, I'm going to say, questions and concerns regarding, I'm looking back at August. Again, thank you for being here today. Looking back at August, it stated, or you stated, that you were planning on spending 1 week a month here for the first 6 months, and then other time would be allocated, decided on. I'm a little, as I said, I'm concerned about the amount of time that you are spending here. I fully understand you. I'm sure you've got wonderful staff, wonderful people working with you. I know a lot of things can be done by Zoom. I would just feel a little more comfortable if you could elaborate a little bit more, and I know you just said certain things that you're doing and you've been here, but I would just feel, as I said, more comfortable if you could, A, spend a little more time here if your schedule permits it, if it warrants it. There are 3 properties here in Atlantic City. I know people can multitask, but again, if you would just elaborate, you seem to be a little bit short on your actual presence in Atlantic City. Could you help ease my concerns?
Sure. And again, it's it's hard to quantify the emotional time that you embed yourself into things. So I've stressed always that I'm a highly competitive person. I take things personal on a basis of, as I look at my successes from a financial standpoint, obviously, which is what we want to look at, right? We want to look at revenue, how we grow market, and then how Caesars grows its share of that market inside of it. So aggressive on that. Player events, VVIP events, as we lay things in, as we lay more and more Caesars events into the city of Atlantic City at our 3 properties. Obviously, my presence at those events is important, as it is to build the relationships with those players as we move forward. So I think as we look into the summer season, the amount of things that we have on the calendar for the summer season, you will find that me hitting those goals should be easy, okay? And again, there's events, weekends, events midweek, just juggling that calendar to assure that my presence is there is what I'm after.
All right. Again, I'm not trying to get into semantics, but my concern, you mentioned the summer season, which that was going to be my next question, and you mentioned your goals. Again, not trying to be, I'm just concerned, when you say the goals, are you planning to possibly be here more in the summer season, as the summer season is before you turn around, we're already in March? Will you physically be here a little bit more than, let's say, your previous, I don't want to say attendance record, but previously you've been, as I said earlier, just seems a little short for my comfort level. Will you be able to be here a little more in person with the summer season approaching?
Yes, that is definitely my intent, okay?
Okay, I appreciate it, and again, I understand your position, you're very busy, but my concern is the casino industry and making sure every property, your 3 properties at every property, the person in charge, that the focus is just, on Atlantic City and gaming. Thank you again for being here and also for answering my questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Fully understood.
Commissioner Molina?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you explain why you did not feel obligated to live up to what was required? And how do you plan to rectify it?
From a quantification standpoint, there, I was in Atlantic City 1 week a month. Now, was I there, 40 hours a week, or at that? No. So my intent was to make sure that my presence was in Atlantic City for a week a month. And that's my intent moving forward. Like I said, in summertime, I would love to, with all the amount of VIP events that we have going forward, my intent is to hit all those too. So that was the intent.
And for the record, we did represent that he would be here approximately 1 week out of every month. So again, there is travel time, and we have a schedule, and it was between 3 and 5 days, and it was once a month. So, the time that he's devoting being here in Atlantic City, in addition to all the time that he spends remotely on Atlantic City matters, I just don't.
Repeat that. Repeat what you said. I'm sorry.
What part of
You
that?
said that, you said that he's only going to come at what times of the year?
So he was here 1 week out of it. He was here once a month.
Okay.
And we had represented that it would be approximately 1 week for every month. So again, he's been here, sometimes it was 5 days, sometimes it was 3 days, sometimes it was for a weekend, so, maybe he came in on a Tuesday. But again, his presence was here. once a month. So I just want to state that, because I think we're looking at, is it a full week? Is it 5 days? I mean, it was 1 week.
So you're
Every
saying,
month.
once a month is regulatory, or however you want to?
Well, I mean, he's probably going to, it's no less than 3 days if he's coming in for a week, but yes, I mean, I don't want us to focus so much on, yes, he's here in Atlantic City and it's important, but he spends a lot of his time devoted to strategic planning, phone calls, and everything else to manage the leadership team here in Atlantic City.
So if you are obligated for something, you're saying that 1 month, or one time that he's coming is enough for your obligations? If you're obligated.
In terms of what, I mean, we represented that it would be 1 week out of every month. So it wasn't meant to say that it had to be from Monday at 9:00 a.m. until Friday at 5 p.m. That's all I'm saying. I mean, we're trying to be reasonable. You have to make flight reservations. So,
Well, that's understandable, no, that's understandable.
Right.
That part of it is just, it's what you have to do when you're traveling, that, I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the obligation part, if you're making an obligation. It's an obligation
yes,
for our casinos,
right. And
for Atlantic City.
so, yes, and we think that we did fulfill that obligation, being here, his presence here. And he's indicated that moving forward, he will be here for events in Atlantic City.
Well, that's what you're saying, what is he saying? What are you saying, Mr.?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, right? Yes. My intent is to continue to be in Atlantic City, at least a week a month, right? And not to define that Monday through Friday. There could be things where I come in on a Monday, I'm out on a Wednesday, or I get in on a Thursday and I fly out on Sunday, depending on what those events are.
Atlantic City is our priority. I know you have other priority, but Atlantic City is our priority here. Thank you.
Agree, and I totally respect that, and it's a priority of mine, it's a priority of our companies, and it's, as I stated a little bit earlier, it's hard to quantify the mental time that you spend on a job, but whatever my numbers are in Atlantic City are things that I eat and breathe all the time, and that's my measurement. And when you wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning just to look at the numbers to know what's going on, I think that is a massive commitment to this business and to the city of Atlantic City itself. So I continue to do that. That's what drives me as an individual, and that's what drives me to be in this business.
Thank you.
And for the record, the division's interpretation of the approximately 1 week per month for the first 6 months of his employment was that 3 times he was here, a few times, 3 to 5 days on each particular occasion. That was just a little light in our opinion, so that's just to clear things up.
It's light in mind also.
Understood.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On February 27, 2025, the division filed a report recommending the initial casino key employee licensure and plenary qualification of Baron Fuller to serve as Regional President East for Caesars Entertainment, Inc. We have reviewed the draft resolution and have no objection to it. Thank you.
Are there any other further questions for Mr. Fuller or council?
I'm sorry, are you going to continue your monitoring of this?
Yes, we will.
Commissioner Cooper, yes.
Not actually a question, but just a comment, if it's okay. Again, I want to thank Mr. Fuller for his explanation. And going forward, as we said, particularly with the summer months, a little more commitment. Again, I understand multitasking, and as you said, you can get up at 3 in the morning and think of something. Is that time allocated to, let's say, the Monday to Friday time? Again, as I said earlier, I wasn't trying to be, okay, we're taking your attendance. Certainly, no way, we're not sitting here taking attendance. But as my colleague, Commissioner Molyneux, just said, Our priority, our main concern are the 9 casinos. You're in charge of 3, there are 9 casinos. There's gaming really, really close to us, all over. It's not like it was 45 years ago. And our concern, our main objective, our priority are the casinos in Atlantic City. Also, I want to thank Ms. Sacco for your explanation. I appreciate that. And I emphasize, not trying to micromanage or what time is he here? Is he checking in? Not that at all. But again, I emphasize our responsibility. It's to you, it's to Mr. Fuller, it's to the state of New Jersey that we do our very best and that we're conscientious and that we make sure that we're doing, as I said, that we have to make sure that we're being conscientious and make sure we're doing the best for the state of New Jersey with regard to gaming. So I just wanted to, as I said, Mr. Chairman, I wanted to make that comment and just, again, thank you, Mr. Fuller, thank you. But going forward, this is our main concern, and it's number one concern.
Understood.
Is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I will make that motion. And I move to adopt the draft resolution and A, grant an initial casino key employee license to Baron Fuller without the need to establish residency pursuant to NJSA 5:12-89B, and B, find Mr. Fuller qualified to serve as Regional President, East, for Caesars Entertainment, Inc., in accordance with NJSA 5:12-85.1 and NJAC 13:69C-2.7.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, roll call vote?
Commissioner Molyneux,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper,
Yes.
and Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fuller.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
To item number 13, consideration of the initial casino key employee licensure and plenary qualification of Evan D. Jones to serve as Vice President of Operations of Caesars Entertainment, Inc. This matter was a companion to Mr. Fuller's matter by petition PRN 208-2402, dated July 24, 2024. Casino licensees, Harris Atlantic City, Caesars Atlantic City, Top Atlantic City, together with their parent company, Caesars Entertainment, Inc., sought temporary qualification and initial temporary casino key employee licensure for Mr. Jones to serve as Vice President of Operations for Caesars Entertainment, Inc. You consider that application at your August 14, 2024 meeting and granted it. You're now here to consider Mr. Jones' initial casino key employee licensure without the need to establish residency and his plenary qualification. We have same council present, council for Caesars Entertainment and council for the division, and I ask with your permission that they again enter their appearances.
Beth Sacco, Vice President, Chief Counsel, Caesars Entertainment Regional Operations.
Connor Martin, Deputy Attorney General, on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement.
So again, this is for the plenary casino key employee licensure and plenary qualification of Evan Jones, who is the Vice President of Operations for Caesars Entertainment, and Atlantic City is one of the regions that he functions in terms of his position. Again, Mr. Jones was here back in August, and he addressed the commission in connection with him being granted his temporary casino key employee license and temporary qualifications. He again told you at that time a bit about his background and how he was looking forward to assuming his role and working closely, supporting Mr. Fuller and the 3 SVPs and GMs of the Atlantic City properties in working towards achieving their objectives and goals. I have reviewed the February 27th division report, and they are recommending that his plenary casino key employee license and plenary qualification be approved. And Mr. Jones is here as Mr. Fuller. He's available remotely, and he would be more than happy to address the commission if you would like him to be sworn in.
Mr. Jones, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? I didn't hear you.
I do.
please state your name for the record.
Evan Jones.
Thank you.
Good morning, Chairman Plosis, Vice Chair Cooper, and Commissioner Molyneux. Pleasure to be here with you today. As I stated back in August, I was very excited about this opportunity, to come in and work with our executives in Atlantic City to help them achieve their goals. A lot of focus of myself and my team, I have a team of analytics people that I work with, has been solely focused, and not solely focused, but extremely focused on Atlantic City. We spend a substantial amount of time on the issues that, we have there and on the problems and trying to find solutions for, what we're doing in Atlantic City and the opportunities there. Again, extremely focused. I would say a substantial amount of my time is devoted to Atlantic City and its success. And I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Commissioners?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. Good morning, and thank you for being here. Before I present my questions to you, were you able to hear my questions to Mr. Fuller?
I was.
Okay. So I'll try to consolidate, because a lot of what I was going to ask you, or what I would like to ask you, I asked Mr. Fuller. Certainly, there are two different topics, two different positions, but the concerns, and again, I'm not trying to be funny or sarcastic when I say, but you just mentioned a moment ago, back in August, you were excited to, assume the new position, et cetera, et cetera. I know back in August, we were looking at the proposed time that you would physically be here in Atlantic City. Again, I'm not sitting here saying, let's take attendance. We're not a grade school. But my concern, and I'm reading right here, it said, since August, you've only visited the property twice. Okay. You indicated you were going to visit a little bit more. It looks like in the past 7 or 8 months, however we're figuring from August to March, 7 or 8 months, you've only been here twice. Again, I know there's Zoom, there's meetings, there's, things that can be done.
Yeah.
Fast forward, my concern is going forward, do you foresee you spending a little bit more time here in Atlantic City? I'm going to repeat, but I know, as I said a few moments ago, we have 9 casinos. My responsibility of my colleagues, it's Atlantic City. It's gaming here. So I'd like to just hear a little more confirmation, or just a little, something that's going to make me feel a little bit more secure as we're going forward with your position.
Yeah, Vice Chairman Cooper, and I appreciate that. I would like to clarify, I actually, when I answered the question from the investigator on my trips to Atlantic City, I was incorrect, actually. I only focused on, I essentially read the question wrong. But since August, I was there twice in September, once in November, and then in February with Barron. The December and January timeframes that he was there, unfortunately, we didn't have a GM in one of our casinos in our region, and I had to help out with that. But to your question, yes, my commitment to Atlantic City is unwavering, and I do plan to be there as much as possible with Barron going forward.
Okay. As I stated earlier, and I'll state again for the record, there are 9 casinos. My heart, my concerns, my responsibility is for the casino industry in Atlantic City, in the state of New Jersey. I understand obligations, et cetera, but I want to make sure that that you're devoting as much time as possible to Atlantic City and the properties here. I understand you just mentioned there was a little maybe confusion or whatever. I fully understand that. But I just need, and as you stated, I just need a little more, as I said, security from you going forward. That, a little more attention might be focused on the Atlantic City properties. But again, thank you for being available today, and I appreciate your responses. Thank you again.
Thank you, Vice Chairman.
Commissioner Molyneux?
Yes, thank you. You have properties in Florida, North Carolina, and Virginia. Is the amount of time spent there less than the time that's spent here?
Commissioner, I would estimate that since August, me and my team probably spend 40% ish of our time, 30 to 40% of our time on the Atlantic City region. So, in comparison, it gets more weight than some of my other properties that I'm over.
The commitment you made is definitely not where you are at this point in time. So how are you going to rectify that? Since you have all the other 3 casinos that you're dealing with across the country. How are you planning to rectify Atlantic City and spend the time that's should be spent here?
My plan, Commissioner, is to accompany Barron on the trips with him to Atlantic City going forward.
How many times?
That as he stated, I believe, once a month.
Okay, we have that on record now, once a month. And we're starting now in March. Have you started in March already? Coming to Atlantic City? Have you been here?
I was at the property February 24th, I believe the week of February 24th was my last visit.
Okay. Thank you for your time, and we look to see you to continue with your word. When you make a commitment, we'd like that commitment to stand. Thank you.
Understood. Thank you.
Mr. Martin?
On February 27, 2025, the division filed a report recommending the initial casino key employee licensure and qualification of Evan Jones to serve as Vice President of Operations for Caesars Entertainment, Inc. As with Mr. Fuller, we will continue to monitor the presence, and we have reviewed the draft resolution for Jones and have no objection to that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any questions for council?
No.
Hearing none, roll call vote, or I'm sorry, second? No, I need a second on that motion, or I need a motion.
I'm gonna give a motion.
Really slipping here, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the draft resolution and A, grant an initial casino key employee license to Evan D. Jones without the need to establish residency pursuant to NJSA 5:12-89B, and B, find Mr. Jones qualified to serve as Vice President of Operations for Caesars Entertainment, Inc., in accordance with NJSA 5:12-85.1 and NJAC 13:69C-2.7.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
No.
Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Wilder?
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper?
Yes.
And Chairman Pelosi?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jones.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Item number 14 is the joint petition. The joint petition of Boardwalk 1000 LLC, doing business as Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City, and HR Atlantic City LLC for the qualification of Boardwalk 1000 Holdings LLC as a holding company pursuant to NJSA 5:12-85B and NJSA 5:12-85.1B5 and C. This request was initiated by petition PRN 0362502, dated February 5, 2025, by casino licensees, HR Atlantic City and Boardwalk 1000, manager and owner respectively of Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, seeking the plenary qualification of its new intermediary holding company, Boardwalk 1000 Holdings LLC, and related entities and individual qualifiers as designated by the Division of Gaming Enforcement. The matter is before you today for full consideration. You have counsel for the division present, and you have counsel for the Boardwalk 1000 entities present via Zoom. And with your permission, I ask that they enter their appearances and proceed.
Good morning, Chairman, Vice Chair, Commissioner Marie Jones from Fox Rothschild, here on behalf of Boardwalk 1000 and Hard Rock Atlantic City LLC.
Good morning again, Chairman and Commissioners. Deputy Attorney General Jordan Hollander on behalf of the Division of Gaming Enforcement.
Ms. Jones, proceed.
First off, I'd like to thank the division and commission for all of their work with respect to this qualification petition. It came about rather quickly and is a new holding company that was necessary in connection with the refi for the property. So I really appreciate all their hard work and jumping on this so quickly. And with that, we have reviewed the draft resolution, and I have no objection to same.
Good morning. You have the division's March 4th, 2025 report recommending the plenary qualification of Boardwalk 1000 Holdings LLC as a new intermediary holding company of casino licensee Boardwalk 1000 LLC. The division has also reviewed the draft resolution and has no objection. Thank you.
Are there any questions for counsel?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to adopt the draft resolution and grant the relief requested in the petition. And A, find Boardwalk 1000 Holdings LLC has established by clear and convincing evidence that it possesses the financial stability, integrity, and responsibility, and the good character, honesty, and integrity required by NJSA 5:12-84 and 85.1. And B, find each of the designated natural person qualifiers, James F. Allen, George Goldhoff, James Tierney, and Nanette Horner, to have been previously found qualified by the Commission and remained qualified pursuant to NJSA 5:12-85.1, and C, find Boardwalk 1000 Holdings LLC as a qualified holding company of casino licensee Boardwalk 1000 LLC and HR Atlantic City LLC, subject to the extent set forth in the findings and subject to the conditions in the resolution.
Is there a second?
Mr. Chairman, I second the motion.
Any further discussion?
No.
Hearing none, roll call vote.
Commissioner Marlowe.
Yes.
Vice Chair Cooper.
Yes.
Yes.
Chairman Pelosi.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In accordance with Resolution 2412-1103, the next closed session shall be held on Wednesday, April 9, 2025, at 9:30 a.m. in the Commission office.
This is the public participation portion of the meeting. Is there anyone from the public that wishes to speak? Ms.
There are
Ford?
no email comments.
We have none? Okay. The public participation portion is now closed. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make the motion.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Before we close, I'd like to make a statement for Women's Month. In celebration of Women's History Month, I want to thank all of the women who work in all of our casinos. all of the women in DGE, and of course, our own Casino Control Commission women. You all are very appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Molyneux.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I'm going to second that motion. Was that, I don't know if that was an official motion, but I'm going to second what my colleague just stated. Congratulations and thank all of the wonderful women in the entire industry.
Okay, so I have a motion to adjourn, so.
I'll make that
Yeah, we have a
motion.
motion, okay. And I have a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, ayes have it. Meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.